Good morning, everybody. Can we just, the Alderman Kabiso, can we just start and sing the national anthem?
Afrika, merupakan kami honor wayo, Isa imitana yo Yesu, si kelela, Tina lusafu wayo, morena buluka si chama sa Yesu, ofeni sekintwane maswelu, si buluke si buluke si chabasa Yesu si chabasa South Africa, South Africa. in South Africa, our land.
Thank you. We can all be seated. Let me, before we start officially, let me just it's a different day for all of us, so I think you must bear with me if we today are not sticking to the script, the normal script of council procedures, because we are all here today to celebrate, all of us. I think majority of us sitting here. Karel was part of our lives at some time, being our close allies and friends, and that's why we are going to deviate from the norm in his name today. So there will be no point of orders here today, because we are here to celebrate the life of Karel. Let me then start and welcome you all here at the special council meeting of the 29th of August. And a special welcome to Auntie Vanessa, the family, the leadership of the Patriotic Alliance, led by the Secretary General of the Patrons present here, Pastor Brinkhuis, the staff of the executive mayor, who was always waiting for them also to help me, and then obviously councillors, you are all welcome, and we are here to celebrate the life. And then that's why I'm saying we are going to deviate from the norm. I'm honored, and we are honored to have the Mfundisi here with us, the Human Rights Commissioner, with us today, and he's sitting next to me. So we are not going to ask why is he sitting next to me. We're not going to do that. He's here to come and support the family in their bereavement. So the normal procedure, the attendance register is in circulation. I would have thought that everybody by now would have signed because there was no delay at this time, but I think we can take the attendance register around for everybody to sign that. There's no need to elect a speaker. I'm still here. So we are going to go. There's only one leave of absence. That's Councillor Matthews, due to other personal reasons that she can't be with us today. So can we just put this attendance register on for signature? It's already, so it's only me that must sign. And at the end. We are going to, before we go to the item, obviously, and we are going to do item D, and then after item D, we are going to allow the different political parties, the work of the different political parties to give a message of support, of condolences to the family. And then after we are done with that, if there is even a family member that wants to say something, the commissioner will be the last speaker, And then we will also allow the family today to speak here if they want to speak. Or the leadership of PAP. That's why I'm saying we're going to deviate from the norm here today. So we are going to item D, statements and communications by the speaker. Nou, councillors, I mean, ek kyk nou, ek sit nou so reg oor en ek sien die foto daar met die pragtige blomme en dit is waar die burgemeester gesit het. Sy stoel is leeg en ons gaan hom obviously baie mis. En as inleiding vandag wil ek in my moedertaal die volgende Bybelteks aanhaal. Sagaria 11 vers 2 wat sê huil Cyprus want 'n seder het geval. Die grootste bome is verwoes. Huil groot bome in Basan want die ondeurdringbare bos het geval. En ons almal kan vandag sê dat 'n groot boom 'n seder het geval. Iemand wat oor die laaste 13 jaar in Theewaterskloof 'n groot rol gespeel het in baie van ons politieke en governance upbringing in hierdie munisipaliteit. Alderman Karel Isaac Johannes Papier, Executive Mayor of Theewaterskloof Municipality, passed away on Sunday, 27 August 2023 from cancer-related complications. He served the Theewaterskloof Municipality as a PR councillor from 16 April 2010 to May 2011. He also served as a member of the mayoral committee during the 2011-2016 term, as well as the 2016-2021 term of office following the local government elections. During September 2019, he was elected as the deputy mayor of the Theewaterskloof municipality and then assumed mayorship during this current term of office. The executive mayor served the Theewaterskloof municipality for a total of 13 years with excellence. As leadership of this organization, we are deeply saddened about the passing away of the executive mayor. Alderman Papier's significant role as executive mayor and his vision has been one of the enablers of the pro-poor stance of this municipality during the previous financial year. Alderman Papier was very passionate about the spinning track, and I want to say for Kallie that he was passionate, and I fought alongside him for this spinning track. Land for churches was deeply on his heart, and then the cleaning of our towns. He will always raise this issue of clean our towns. And lastly, the 100-year festival of Refusene End, which he was supposed to open in the next 2 weeks or 3 weeks time. Alderman Papier, also as a mayor, he achieved this clean audit as an executive mayor. Alderman Papier was the wisdom behind the coalition. We will always remember him for his calmness and the way in which he handled conflict and pressure in the midst of difficulties. Although I'm much younger than the executive mayor, he always treated the speaker with utmost respect, and for that I salute him. May the executive mayor's distinct contribution and dedication to local government service delivery always be remembered. Auntie Vanessa, thank you for allowing the late executive mayor, Kallie, to serve Theewaterskloof municipality 24 hours a day. As they say, behind every successful man, there is a supportive wife. Thank you for your support to Karel. You and your family have my most sincere sympathies through your time of loss. May the Almighty, who is the God of all comfort, wrap you about with His grace and strength. To Karel, Karel, you served well, soldier. May your beautiful and humble soul rest in peace. Mooi loop, Karel. Loop sag, Ambakasle. Then I just also want to announce, although because it's obviously procedurally correct to do that, I would further like to announce that in terms of Section 60, 5 of the Local Government Municipal Structures Act of 1998, that states if the executive mayor vacates office, the mayoral committee appointed by that executive mayor dissolves. So just for us not to have other issues after that and people saying there was cost, that I want to obviously announce here, vacating office here is interpreted with the passing on of the executive mayor, meaning that there is no executive mayor, and by implication the mayoral committee appointed by the former executive mayor is automatically dissolved. There is therefore no executive mayoral committee. Taking the above into consideration, all portfolio committees for the period 1 to 8 September 2023 has been cancelled as per the communication to all councillors. Ambakasle, Karel. Loop sag, Karel. Mooi loop. Mooi loop. Thank you. We are now then going to move over to the messages of condolences and support from the different political parties. And on that, we're not going to deviate on that. We're going to obviously start with the EFF, DA, Freedom Front Plus, SRWP, ANC Good, and then PAL. And then we will obviously allow the Human Rights Commissioner just to also just say something. So the parties know who is their representative who will speak on behalf of that. DA.
Speaker, thank you very much. Speaker, I want to greet you as the Speaker of this House, the Deputy Executive Mayor, all members of the coalition, and my fellow councillors. As the Speaker said, it's a very different kind of council meeting that we are experiencing today. And this council meeting is in the memory of our late Executive Mayor Kallie Papier. I want to just start my short message of support with a word of scripture. And the title of my scripture is Awaiting a New Body. And this comes from 2 Corinthians chapter 2, 2 Corinthians chapter 5 from verse 1. For we know that if the earthly tent we live in is destroyed, we have a building from God, an eternal house in heaven, not built by human hands. Meanwhile we grow, longing to be clothed instead with our heavenly dwelling, because when we are clothed, we will not be found naked. For while we are in this tent, we groan in our burden, because we do not wish to be unclothed, but to be clothed instead with our heavenly dwelling, so that what is mortal may be swallowed up by life. Now the one who has fashioned us for this very purpose is God, who has given us the Spirit as a deposit, guaranteeing what is to come. Therefore, we are always confident and know that as long as we are at home in the body, we are away from the Lord. For we live by faith and not by sight. We are confident, I say, and would prefer to be away from the body and at home with the Lord. So we make it our goal to please Him, whether we are at home in the body or away from Him. Speaker, I want to submit the condolence message from the Democratic Alliance as the official opposition. We as the members of the Democratic Alliance are deeply shocked by the sudden and untimely passing of the Executive Mayor of the Theewaterskloof Municipal Council, Alderman Kallie Papier, on Sunday morning after suffering complications whilst in hospital. Alderman Kallie Papier was not only the Executive Mayor of Theewaterskloof Municipality, but also a former member of the Democratic Alliance, the Deputy Mayor, while being entrusted with the Human Settlements and Planning portfolio for the 2016 and 2021 term. This was a very complicated portfolio with a number of challenges, but Alderman Papier managed to bring synergy and stability to it through his tenure, and he led with distinction. Mayor Kallie Papier led council with vision and great ambition to advance the lives of all residents of Theewaterskloof, and through his leadership, he managed to rally the support of council behind him. Many times was vigorous debate, but always with the intention to convince us as the opposition. Mayor Papier will always be remembered as an excellent leader who led with passion and the will to improve the lives of all he came in contact with. Our wish is, as the official opposition, is that his legacy must be kept alive in our memories. Mayor Kallie had so many unfulfilled dreams and visions for his community, and we therefore urge all who interact with him to help make his dreams a reality. Even within our differences, we always manage to find common ground to resolve issues. In this hour of grief, we express our heartfelt and most deepest condolence to the bereaved family and pray that to the Almighty that his soul may rest in peace. You will surely be missed, Mayor Kallie Papier, but go and be with the Lord. Speaker, if there's no objection, Speaker, we would like to submit this for the record as a message of condolence to the family of the late Alderman Kallie Papier. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you very much, the work of the TA, Councillor Sammy Fredericks. We are now calling on the EFF, Councillor Tuzama Hokai, the Provincial Deputy Secretary of the EFF in the Western Cape.
Thank you very much, Speaker. Greetings to you and greetings to the Kallie Papier's family, the wife, and the Patriotic Alliance family. And it's a very difficult day. Greetings to all the councillors and the officials led by the municipal manager. The EFF would like to convey its heartfelt condolences to the family and friends of the late Executive Mayor of the Theewaterskloof Municipality. We extend our most sincere condolences to the staff of the municipality, whom he closely worked with in the office, Athena, and the mayor's bodyguard and drivers. I don't know how you're feeling, and I won't say much because I have never been there. The only people that thanks.
Thank you, Councillor Hokai. We are then moving over to Councillor Tini Zimmerman of the Freedom Front Plus.
Namens
ons die feit vir ons plus wat ek baie graag ons innige simpatie en weerkom met die eggenote, die gesin, die familie, vriende en ook collega's uitspreek in die oggend. Die vertrouwen is dat u die steun, die ondersteuning van God sal hê, dat u sal ervaar, sy vertroosting, dat u sal dra sy familie in die moeilike tyd. Ek sal die Heer burgemeester Papier. Ons het baie ligte oomblikke gehad, ernstige oomblikke, maar altyd respectvol gewees. Dankie.
Thank you very much. I'm calling now on Councillor Ghana of the SRWP.
Mr. Speaker, the Councillor, the Comapalati, Bulise, Abagavana Community, the Twamasi. Umeya wethu uPapier uqala ukubukela ebelungile kakhulu njengoba belida ebumeya komasipala ebengasiphindela icaleni ebesibonisa yona nto right esimuka siyenza njengomuntu oflethe sizazikhansela ubuhlungu balele ngiyayifana nezinye banamhlanje sena uPapier moyo kwakhe kwethu uhlala becala kwami nobaba umuntu wonke lo kangokuba eyona nto beyenza nomasipala bengekho mna ku-coalition kodwa bendibona xa ifike kho upapa ethetha eyona nto beyifuna efuna uba lo masipala ambone ekwenye ilebe iyona nto beyenza leyo because uPapier usilubulo ecoalition ebesinika inambara ebesithi masimfowunele naxesha thina xa kukho ingxaki apho sihlala khona yaye besiyenza loo nto yaye nokufuna idikalo umdala ukufuna ntoni ufuna uPapier ebeyithumela ngelo xesha bebesibuhlungu siqale kangokuba asingabakuthetha kusekuteli balentesandayo isebuhlungu kakhulu ndifuna ukuthi kwezikhansile ingaze siyimplemente imisebenzi ibithethwa kuPapier because beyithetha phambili singathi ongabikho sifuna ungayazi into ebifuna yenzekile kulo masipala because yane bifuna lo masipala ifuna uba lo masipala ekwenye level engokukhula kuyo sifuna ukuthi masimkhulule uPapier uba ebeyitsho le nto umhlanezolo nokuba akaphilanga yaye nobunzima-ke umntu eqatha njengoyithathela izihlungu zakhe kubuhlungu ukuthi bangekho ngobhali bethu kodwa besingenomthathela izihlungu bezimhla uPapier uthi uyubi uncedise ePapier masosusile emehlweni kuye simkhulule uba imini yakhe le enkosi Sibeka.
I see no funny in my ability of the car and the clear part of what I have and I do say no see no
enige tyd te gebel word vir dienslewering. En wanneer termine-sake is, het vinnige antwoord gegee en planne gemaakt en dan die raad moet dat Papier was. Want hij heeft altijd gezegd dat hij niet opvoedde en dat die TBK die raad moet nou die TBK wat hij wil gehad het moet gedaan word, wat hij vir allemaal gesê wat hij wil hê wat moet gedoen word vir TBK moet die raad nou allemaal saam dit doen en dat niemand so wat sê skoene gewees het, maar hij moet lekker was en dat die wat ons moet moet onthou wat hij wil gehad het vir die wat ons.
Thank you very much. We are now then moving to Alderman Mkhiso, the work of the ANC. Also the newly elected Provincial Deputy Secretary of the ANC Women's League in the Deputy Chair of the Women's League in the Western Cape.
Thank you, Speaker. I would like to greet the family of the mayor, especially his wife, and to greet everybody who is here as we celebrate the life of the Honorable Mayor Kallie Papier of the National Congress Caucus in the Democracy Festival settled by the passing of our executive mayor. We wish to extend our sincere condolences to his family, children, friends, colleagues, the Greater Patriotic Alliance, and the members of the Democracy Coalition partners. The executive mayor will receive the council and the community of the Democracy with dedication, with his compassionate leadership, his unwavering commitment in uplifting the lives of the less fortunate has left an incredible mark on the community. He has worked tirelessly even when he was not in good health. He has set a remarkable example for us as public servants when he was not to follow. We all need to cut a pattern in the legacy he has left behind. Even though we knew that the executive mayor was faced with health challenges, we are shocked and saddened and surprised by the news of his passing because he worked tirelessly and passed away with his boots on. The ANC caucus acknowledges the deep void he left in the municipality, in the community, and in our hearts. Let's remember the positive work the executive mayor has done and strive to uphold his legacy. As Nelson Mandela used to say, and I quote, "It is better to die for an idea that will live than to live for an idea that will die." I close quote. Ambakahle, Moyo, rest well, Honorable Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I call now on the work Councillor Jennifer McKenzie, the work of good.
Thank you, Speaker. I want to quote a scripture of Psalm 57. Be merciful and gracious to me and us, O God, for our soul take refuge and find shelter and confidence in you. In the shadow of your wings, we will take refuge and become confident until calamities and destructive storms have passed. I want to shout peace to the house and ask the Holy Spirit to comfort us and minister to all of us in this bereavement time. To the family and loved ones, the patriots, as well as this house, good would like to extend their heartfelt condolences. Bear in mind that your loss is our loss. As ek moet terugkyk na die persoon wat my Papier was, and his lifestyle shouted loud, hardworking. Die mense op die grond was die naaste aan burgemeester Papier. As ons kyk na die aspekte wat die speaker genoem het rondom sy Pro-Po initiative, is iets wat vir my sê dat die meier het groot agting gehad vir die woord van die Here, because the poor is closest to the heart of God. What is said about this whole passing of the mayor is the fact that he left on such a high note. We were still expecting so much from him. And when the news broke, it was really a deep felt loss that shattered us. En terwyl ek het met my eggenoot deel, sê ek vir hom, dit bring by my tuis aan my gedagte wat Jesaja uitgeshout het en gesê het in die jaar van die sterfte van koning Hosea het ek die aangesig van die Here gesien. So I want to tell this house today, we are not lost. God is still our shelter. Let's keep the memory of the mayor alive. We are so saddened by this loss. We had high hopes for this 5 years. And the mayor was the steering guide of that high hopes. We have you in our hearts. Hambagate Mayor, we salute you. You left on a high note. You went sleeping with your boots on, and I will always remember that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm calling on Councillor Henry Seister, the work of Paul.
Speaker, yes, I don't think words will do justice for what we experience now, especially you. Groot gees gevangen. I'm privileged. I have never regretted. But I can sit down so good somewhere, some way that I regret. There's no councillor here who can say that they've not learned from the executive mayor. Indeed, he wasn't. He was a mayor for the poor people. He's not social. He was a calm, very calm in West Coast. And we have a lot of conflict. Thank you for letting me fast.
Before I'm giving over to the Human Rights Commission, I'm going to allow the leader of the coalition also to say a few words, Councillor Raymond Nonkaza, and then we will give over to the...
Thank you, Speaker. It's a painful day. I come a long way, very long. As well was a member of the ANC in 2009. I'm this one. So for me, it would be painful. I don't have words because in that family, I'm like a child. So that I will speak another day. But now my heart is very
Thank you very much, Councillor Nonkaza. You know, I'm so used to say, but I can't say this thing now, so I must say Mr. Christmas or Reverend Christmas of Mufudi. Over to you.
Meneer de Speaker, baie dankie dat jullie mij gevraagd om te komen. Ik wou naar die familie toe gaan, dit was mijn eerste verzoek. Ik heb zondag gebeld, maar ik verstaan dat was baie bezig geweest. Maar baie dankie dat die MM toe besloten dat ik moet die was hierin kom. Baie dankie. Die Fulubulisa bomama, umama Vanessa, namhlanje, sithi ndiyathemba uThixo uzosikelela lusapho lwakho kodwa ke sithembile uthatha uKallie uphayele indawo esifike phaa ezulwini ubulisile uMandela ngoku mhlawumbi ikona intlanganiso phaya naMandela namhlanje phaa ezulwini. So Mama Vanessa sithi lusapho lwakho chamaku. Colleagues and friends, you know, I have wonderful memories and experience with Kallie. Bongi, uyakhumbula phaya le ndawo police station, when the police station daar in Papier. Olo xesha, yabo. So we've got wonderful experience as the commission with Kallie, and therefore on behalf of the commission, I'd like to convey our condolences to the family and also to his other family, which is this council, including the colleagues that work in the administration. Because that is who he was. We had many, very difficult times. In front of this building, we lost 2 people in the protest, and he was here. So we worked very well with him. When he was the deputy mayor of the TA, we worked very, very well with him. We resolved so many things in our community. In fact, in the last few weeks, when I still talk to him and I call him, and Vanessa will know whether it's morning or noon or whatever, he will always take the call. And I said, no, Kallie, burgemeester, are you not with your family now? I said, no, commissaris was praat. You see? So what a wonderful community leader. A person that was on the ground and was still going to do A, B, C, D, and my passion from Voorsterkraal to Berea to Genadendal to Groenewil and to Madiba Park and Boesmanskloof, Verleersdorp, Witrivier, Grabouw, oral, you know, all over the place. He was that person to go to talk, and he would say, I would like to do the following, I'd like to do the following. But you know, in life, we have to do what we must do. We can't do everything that we want to do, but do what you must do. I'm reminded, and I would like to say this to the family, I'm reminded of an archbishop in the 60s in Argentina, where the current pope comes from. Dom Helder Camara. He was excommunicated by the Catholic Church, and now the current Pope is beautifying him to become a saint. He said the following. He said, all those women and men that stand up and defend the poor and the oppressed and the vulnerable, and when they die, doesn't matter where they die, whether they die in the trenches as a combatant, whether they die in a car accident, or whether they die in a sick bed, they are martyrs. Kallie is a martyr. In the words of Dom Helder Camara, who will be a saint, proclaimed a saint. Because when you stand up for the poor and the oppressed, and the downtrodden, and the vulnerable, when you stand up for them, you are doing a greatest favor. And yes, you all belong to different political parties. And yes, in this chamber, you'll have heated debates. You'll have differences. But the moment you forget the poor and the oppressed, then you've lost the plot. Then you've lost the plot. Doesn't matter which party you come from. The moment you forget the poor, the oppressed, the elderly, the disabled, the farm people that get evicted. You know, this morning while we were delayed, we were in Elst River, and we came about like a few hours after somebody got killed, and they were still washing the blood of the street in the gang violence that are there. We went to the family and paid our condolences there. But every day, the other day I was in a place called New Rest in Wellington. In Wellington, in 2015, on the 16th of December, about 60 families were evicted from a farm. And I got to know about it in 2018, so I go there every day. Because they were given a 4x4, we call it a 4x4. You know, a 4x4, it's not the Pajero. It's corrugated iron and timber. And this old lady, 84 years old, and Mayor Poole knows I call him every time to tell him this and that, so I call him every time. I sometimes become a nuisance, but that's good, I'm a good nuisance. So I then went there last week before I went to Worcester for a conference on Tuesday. It was raining. And the old lady was lying in a bed. And we can show you the pictures if you want it. The water was coming even on her bed. She had a little bit of buckets to catch the rain. And on the floor, there's no floor, it was mud. We were standing in the rain, in the mud, in her house. She lost her husband, a son and a daughter because of TB. So you, as the people, and forget your political differences, you have to make sure, if you want to honor Kallie, put aside your differences when it comes to helping the poor, the vulnerable, the unemployed, the disabled, and those who get kicked off. All I'm asking you want to honor him. Because sometimes we come to these memorials, we say nice speeches, we do all of those kind of things, and tomorrow, nice t-shirt, hambakashle, everything is forgotten. Therefore, I spoke to the speaker just now, Aunt Vanessa, that you should be going to open that festival in the Feast on the Rain, in memory of Kallie, of the Burgermeester, that you should be doing that. And this council should be making people aware of it. Down the road here, the main road, yeah, just down there, you've even got a wrong spelling on one of your signposts here. But you should be keep the memory of Kallie alive by creating a space for him in terms of a name. But also to Dani. Even if we disagreed with the former speaker Dani, we should also honor him. Because honoring Dani is also a way of saying that despite the differences, we all can work together, because at the end of the day, it's your legacy that must live on. And so also to the former speaker Dani, that we also honor him and say to his family that we will honor you. Kallie was at his funeral. I spoke to Kallie before Kallie went to his funeral. So if I'm asking you, Speaker, that when you have your new mayoral committee, the hope, but more the hope of Umdani into your discussions, to work for people. We live in a community. And I'm going to end now, Speaker. We live in a community. We had a national conference last week on violent crimes in our society. And this morning I saw it again. You know, the pain of a mother losing a son that was shot at this morning, early morning hours. We live in a society where there are 3 evil brothers. They are very evil, these brothers. They are very evil. And then, if your law enforcement has got power, don't arrest them. It is unemployment, inequality, and poverty. Those are the 3 evil things. And so I implore you, my colleagues, in memory of the mayor of Tivatustua, but also in the memory of a plain and simple person, Kallie. Plain and simple person, Kallie. It was there for everyone all the time. And in my time that I've worked as commissioner in this area, and yeah, I'm very happy to see quite a number I see my old friend Stephen there at the back, but Also the times when my old colleague here, my old comrade John, used to close the end too. When John used to close the end too, Kallie was there. Kallie was there with us. And I'm happy, Councillor John, we don't have to close the N2 now. But if we do close the N2, Speaker, I will command it. But Kallie was there. Whether he was a DA councillor, or whether it's a PA councillor, whether it was the deputy mayor, or whether it was the mayor, Kallie was there. We sat for hours. Raymond will know this thing. He knows that he was there. He was there, I mean, with Danny and everybody was sitting there, and Wallace, where's Wallace? He's retired now. Yeah, you see, with all of those officials that were here in this council. So I'm urging you, I know the poor will understand that you've got no magic wand. You can't say, we'll do ABC tomorrow. But follow Kallie. And please, not a simple t-shirt that says Ambakashe Kallie. Because that t-shirt will washed away. Let's do something real for Kallie and for Dani. But I'd like to, I know it's not in your protocol, but you know, I come from a tradition where I said what Dom Helder Kamara said. You don't have to sing it with me, but I'd like to pay that tribute to that comrade of mine. Amba, amba, kashem konto, wen konto, wes is wen. Amba, kashem konto, wen konto, wes is wen. Kallie, rus in vrede. Goed voor allemaal daar. En als jij Dani daar met elkaar praat, alsjeblieft, kom, hinder hierdie mensen aan dat ja, sê vir Dani, jy Dani moet elke dag bij hier en die kinders kom praat met hulle. Rus in vrede, my broer. Baie dankie. En Kosie, stel blij. Can I just apologize? You know, as I said, I wanted to come and see the family. I will still come and see them because I'm on my way to a land conference in Johannesburg. We talked about 1913 land conference, and Kallie was baie passief op knoflookskraal, so ek julle daarmee gaan hanteer nie. But Mr. Speaker, colleagues, thank you so much. My apologies, family. My apologies. Dan moet je dat stil doen met deze wat er veel. Wat je betaalt, dan moet je niet.
Ik ga dan oorgee vir Auntie Vanessa wat ietsie gaan sê. Is ons voorreg om so dit te wees.
Goeiemôre almal. Ek inkom te sê dat ek ken. Want ek het my Papier weg van Kallie. Maar is weg. Ik wil willen allemaal zeggen, hey, dat zijn mensen, maar ik zie allemaal paar mensen van zich goed ging. Maar daar moet dan maar knopjes op. Ik kan wel zo niet zo. Maar wie gaat even mij knopjes op gemaakt? Was kwaad in me. Toen ik nog hoog toe. En dan zei mijn meisje, kijk aan man. Ga bij Tekkelot. Want zijn niet hoog toe. En meisje kunnen komen. Ze zei, mami. Kan ik boksen met een hoog? En ik kan niet hosten wel kort, dus ik heb een stoet aan één kant. En ik zei van, ja, kan je ook praten. En ik zei, wat hij hoogst was, ik nog wist wat bij jou te dat beter. Toen zei die mensen, ik niet een pakje lekkertjes aan en zei ik Toen zei ik, was stop gewoon niet daar. Maar wat ik kan zeggen, mensen, dat daar. Bij die 40 jaar heb ik een goede man gehad. En een goede pa. En een goede opa. En ons kon een pad aan geven. Een lang pad. En ik kan aan je de achterleven van je gemeenschap. Dat is bij je lieve Denver. Hij kwam was bij je literatuur, maar het betekent dat ik kwam in de zak. Ik was gewoon in Denver, ja, als ik met Denver zo pad veertig. Niet mensen sturen, man, ik kan mogelijk, maar ik kwam niet. Denver was bij je literatuur, ik was veel. En zei, ik weet, hij was niet zo veel voor ons. Hij heeft alles heeft doen. Ik heb zo'n, ik heb bij hem gestaan mensen. En voor mij was het iets moois. De hospitaal bij al 5 uur gekomen. Maar ik is raar, ik zie dat hij. Oren pas uit de stap ik in. Hij heeft voor mij gewacht. Hij heeft voor mij gewacht. En ik heb gelegen, ik heb gepraat met hem in het weer. Hij heeft gewacht wat ik kon zeggen. Hij was een goede man. Hij werd net zijn gemeenschap gediend, hij gepraat. Ik denk dat hij ziet meneer wanneer die elektricien. En ik zei, ik kan die man bij jou. Dan kom je met een groot, ik heb een groot respect voor hij wat man. Dan zeg ik, ja, ik kan je op aan wat niet. Dat man niet zo. Hij was een groot respect voor hem. En dan moet je nog allemaal zeggen, wat denk je, weet je nog wat? En ik sta en ik moet dit zeggen. En ik ga het zeggen met alle respect. En dan moet niet tegen ze zien, ik is. En ik zeg altijd, ik ga niet kamer toe. Dan heb ik mijn knop mee. In mijn ogen staan, ik kan hem opdoen. Weet je wat ik Kallie ziek gehad had om mij die kwaad te maken. Toen hij zei, hij is ziek, moet hem je vatten. Maar hij zei, don't care. Geld, dat is nachteloos papier. Maar moet je nog papier raken, dan zal ze laatste komen. En hij zei woorden van mij, en hij zei, weet je wat, ik worry niet. Zo moet je worry niet. Die jaren gaan away maken. Het gaat over geld, het gaat over gemeenschap, het verkleed wordt. Mensen, zoals mensen. verkry ons. Ons wil daar boebies, soos ons kan nooit vergeet waar ons kom. En weet julle wat, ek het Mackenzie kom. En ek sê, Haibo, los eers wat hy dan. Ek kan wat hy dan. Maar weet julle wat, is wat daar spit ek met Petraat klein en klein sien. Die het gesê, sy is siek. Maar die Heer het gesê, here's the key today. 2021. Ek sluit hom weer op vir jou. En jou weg is nog nie voltooi nie. Die mense kan maar maak wat hulle kan maar beklei sê vir my sê, Kallie, don't worry my man. Hulle kan maar sê van jou wat hulle wil, maar is 'n God wat lewe. Die siek wat hy het, ons het allemaal 'n klein knopje in sy lichaam, mense. Ek weet of het TB is, of het suiker is of wat die Maria het vir hom kanker gegee. En maar hy, ons die Here het op die Here. En ek sê wat daar, is bly. Die Here het, ek sê vir hom, want die Here staan met die key. En hy het gesê, ek maak oop, niemand kan hom oopmaak, want hy sit met die key. En van 2014 af, sit hy met die key. En hy sê, sondagochtend 20:10, Kallie Papier, take the key. En hy open het, nie een mens nie. Ek sal open, en ek kom jou haal. Jy is myne, jy het genoeg gedoen op die aarde. Maar wat ek vir julle kan sê vandag, amen, speaker, deputy, ja maar ek jou point, Kallie Papier is nog nie klaar geweest. Julle moet vir hom, sy wens, voltooi, wat is eerst op die twee lijst geweest, die rolstoelmens, as hy geen mocht sal doen. Die ranks, die meerderheid in TVK, soos dink sit, maar toe nog wat dink julle, is allemaal een roos, maar ek kan precies die so kan ek doen, en roos toe maak. Die mense kan nie in hulle huise in nie, want er is net so kan hoor, blokke wat daar is, doen het vir my man. As die vir my nie, of vir my kinders sê, is vir Kallie Papier, hy is die eerste prioriteit. En dat kom ons op nie. En ek wil julle sê, moenie vergiet van hom nie, maar bid vir ons as familie. Die manier wat daar sit, ek met baie tens gemaakt. En kan ek altyd vir my gesê, hy het 'n groot respek vir die manier om hen wat die partij ons is. Maar al wat ek wil kan sê, Kallie Papier, ek is klaar van, hy saluut jou, my man. Saluut jou, saluut jou, saluut jou nie.
SG, do you want to say something short? Look, I'm the speaker of this house, so.
Everyone, all councillors, speaker, I'm looking to say a lot. I'm basically just going to thank the council for appreciating our mayor. Kallie Papier was Esther, and this room today speaks what impact family has in each and everyone's lives. So on behalf of the Patriotic Alliance, in the absence of our president and our deputy president and our NEC, the mayor was a very soft-spoken person, and so he's training in aggressive to bring a point across. And I think in his gentleness, he brought so much to Kyrgyzstan municipality, and we want to thank him. We want to thank the family, Melissa, PJ, and all the children that is not here, for allowing Patriotic Alliance was the mayor's life. Besides the municipality, I was a member of fun for Mark. So we salute you. Thank you.
I'm going to allow, thank you very much everybody. I think it's in a time like this that the only thing that we can do is to give support and to be there for the family, and I'm really happy that at least we could call a day like this a special council meeting to do that as the colleagues of Omkaro, and the MM is going to do a few announcements, and then because I want to deal with all these things before we go to the item, and also don't want to keep you all very long very long here. Thank you very much for each political party for the word of encouragement, of support. Thank you very much, Auntie Vanessa, just for being yourself. I mean, that's all you can. You know, you're just being yourself. And it is sometimes wil ons van ons wil nie meer onsself wees nie. Maar as net een aan die Vanessa Papier. So thank you for being yourself. And SG, thank you. I think we as a council are honored to have you here as a national leader of the Papier Alliance, to be with us, to come and support the Papier family. And thank you very much also for your words of encouragement. So I'm going to give over to the MM just for the announcements, and then we're going to go over to the item. Yeah, I think you can just give it a...
So thank you very much, Speaker, and to the rest of the Council. I think to the family, and to Auntie Vanessa in particular, Psalm 16 vers 6. Reeds in jou het vir my in lieflike plekke geval. Ja, my erfenis is vir my mooi. En ek dink aan die Vanessa so terug gekyk en bly die baanbreker werk wat Kallie gedoen het. Sal ons altyd onthou. En niemand het so hard gewerk soos hy nie, veral in sy sieke toestand nie. En dit is 'n mooi nalatenskap wat ons almal kan naoordink. En ek weet nie mense wat ek hier in Januarie 2020 kom. Die eerste plek waar ek na toe gegaan het was by 16 en 15 jaar. Die lekker kerry. En ek het soos 'n huiskind groot geraak en ek het my so seun aanvaar. En die ene wat Kallie altyd vir my gesê het, en dis my teruggeneem altyd, soos die gesê het, sê golwe brys aan elke kant. Hoe dan vaai die winde? Nergens redens, nergens man. Waarom skryven vrienden? En het altyd vir my gesê, staan vast in geloof. Al kom die aanvallen, al kom die valse aanteigings, en dan slaan hulle jou neer op die grond, en verbreek jou karakter, staan weer op, druk deur, want die waarheid sal seëvier. En dit bring oor die hemels, en oorheen om voorbij zijn. Dit is om trots gemaakt. Om hier die raad te beschermen, onder zijn leiderschap. Als je municipale bestuurder die hoof van administratie was ik in onder zijn toezicht en gewoon gerapporteerd. Hij was niet net bestuurder voor mij. Hij was zo paal voor mij. En voor de rest van de administratie. En dit is iets nalatenskap wat ons allemaal in die raad kan oornadenk. Hoe ons met hierdie 1000 personeel hanteer. En mense gebruik en misbruik. En sy lewens verniel. Ek het altyd gesê, geef vir hulle weer 'n kans. En ek weet, voor ek Kallie weggegaan het, toe ek die municipale bestuurder word, het die baie van die amptenare wat geskort is teruggebring. En dit was sy nalatenskap. Dis wat ek vir die rest van die raad vra. Dink aan ander mense lewens. Hulle het allemaal families daar buite. Hulle het families, klomp ander gesinne wat hulle onderhou. Dit kan jy gewees het in jou familie. En dis wat Kallie vir my gesê het. En dis wat hy swaar tot het. Weet, ek en John, die deputy mayor, was nog by Kallie die 30 in die hospitaal. En jy weet, die weke voor daai, toe ek gesien, en Kallie gaan achteruit. Toe ek begin swaar loop, toe ek gesien, hy sien meer goed nie. Maar die Vanessa wat ons daar was, so Sondag. Ek en John daar wegloop, toe sê ek vir John. Weet je, Kallie van daarmee zaterdagochtend, was het 11:23 en Vanessa hoor ek nog die agtergrond. Dit is nog so op van, my sê vir my hoor vir het. My even lewe en ek seker my drome word waar. En dit was ook daar wat ek vir ons gee. Soos baie hartseer. Je weet, ik heb voor 26 jaar, for 26 years I served at the most highest office in this country. I've planned a life on the project called Codename National Day, even Mandela's funeral, Desmond Tutu, and F. W. de Klerk. I've planned their funerals, but I wasn't there in the term. But it's the first time that I served under a leader that passed away, and it took me hard. And people don't realize the impact it has. It put shockwave through the entire administration. You know, they were looking for me late on Sunday, and you know, I spoke to Kallie 11:23 on Saturday. Just after 10, the family called me. Less than 24 hours. Myself and John were still speaking in the morning between 8 and 9 on our way to the hospital to get to 11, but it was too late. We didn't always Uncle Kallie. Respectful, he was a father for us all, dedicated in a public servant for all. Yeah, so I'm part of the municipality. We had made some arrangements, and thank you for the family who allowed us to support us where we can. The mayor died in term of office in the state, so it does require from us to provide the appropriate dignified support to the family and to honor his legacy that is left behind. So the family is undertaking a range of serious events that will be taking place. There's a memorial service on Wednesday, tomorrow. That's going to be at the Swartberg Primary School. And then on Thursday morning, 10 o'clock, the municipality will have our own official memorial in terms of the space. That will be followed by the evening. There's another memorial. It's going to be taking place at the Victoria Hall. And then that will and then on Saturday, 9 o'clock at the house, the viewing will take place, and then 10 o'clock, the official funeral will be at the Victoria Hall. So Speaker, we have also in honor to deal with all, and I think we have received outpouring love and messages of condolences to the family. So we put out condolences with all the municipality. Sunday night, I've issued an order that all flags must hang half-mast in honor of the mayor. And then we've got an online website where people can post messages, and we'll publish all the communication at twk.gov.za. That is the announcement from us as the administration. We will do the official proceedings on Thursday. And Speaker, I'm going over to item C is 50.
Thank you very much, Emma. Councillors, SC50, pages 1 to 2, recommendation on page 2. Let me also just say or inform Council that in our engagements with the Patriotic Alliance, we have agreed, and they have informed us, that the funeral of Saturday, there will be no cost implication for the municipality. The Patriotic Alliance will carry that cost or bear that cost themselves. So I just wanted to inform Council ahead of discussing this item, so that we're all on the same path. The item is then open for any clarity questions, and then if there is any, and after that I will then ask for adoption. It seems seems there is none, or there is one hand. Councillor. Oh, there's no hands, so can we then move over for a proposed and seconded for adoption? Are you ready? Oh, okay. I see the hands. The second, is there any counter proposal? To that is none, so it's unity. So item has then been adopted. Councillors, let me again say thank you for gracing on Kallie, but more gracing the family with your presence here. And I think going forward, I have told Auntie Vanessa now in the MM's office that yesterday when we visited them, I was happy to see that she's being the strong person. But I also told her that I know in a week's time or month's time, it's going to take her, and then she's going to need the family to support her. But for her to stay strong, for the family, I mean, we will not be there every day, but I think they can take comfort in the peace and the strength of the Almighty. So councillors, thank you very much. Our special council meeting is then adjourned. Thank you very much.